The time is maybe we will direct continue to session 3. And the moderator is Ibu Awi Bucidia Nurhayati. Ibu Awi, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, the committee, Bu Nailis. The second three of Group C, Physiology and Development, we continue up the presentation. There are 4 presenter. The first is Ibu Nova Maulidina. Is okay, Bu Nova?
I'm sorry for Miss Dina is
yes.
Skip and continue to next presenter.
Okay. Okay. The number 2 is Profile of BIT Muhammad Andika. It's ready, Muhammad Andika.
Yes.
Okay. Number 3 is Ultravin Nano Bubble Application. Anto Tri Sugiarto.
Yes, Miss. I present for with Feni Vita, not Anto Tri Sugiarto.
Oh, okay. Thank you. The next is the Reosen and Cristiani Prabowo. Cristiani. There's ready. Cristiani. Maybe the team, yes.
Presentasi is Muhammad Rizky Suryanto.
Oh, okay. Thank you. The presenter, the 5 is Potensi of God. Melisa Putri or Dina Diasa Putri?
Yes, Melisa Putri.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And the presentation, the time is about 10 until 15 minutes because the time is much too enough for the presentation. The presenter, the first is effect of addition snakehead fish, wester, and the active ingredient turmeric as artificial feed in catfish and aquaculture. The team is Anissa. This is the first presenter. Anissa Fitri. Rahmada. Ya, Anissa.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bu Awi.
Yes.
The first title is skip and continue to second title.
Okay. Yes. The second title, yeah. Because the first is not ready, we continue the second presenter is profile of pig cattle farmer with extensive maintenance system in Bima and Dompu District, West Nusa Tenggara. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Muhammad Andika Prasetya, ya. Yes. Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Here I will present the result of my research and the profile of beef cattle breeders with different maintenance system in Bima West Nusa Tenggara. The first author on my behalf is Muhammad Andika Prasetya. And second author IGD Suparda Budi Satria, Endang Daliarti, Mas Tuti Widi, and the third author is Sigit Bintara. Next. Introduction. The extensive and intensive beef cattle breeding system has a different objective, namely breeding and fattening. Then the extensive system is carried out by releasing cows on grazing land owned by farmers and free land representing land that has not been used by the owner. The main objective of intensive system in fattening cattle are fattened and in the house or pen. Ranchers in Bima Regency have been raising cattle for generations since time immemorial. The purpose and motivation of breeders in operating cattle farming is economic security, livestock as savings. Next. Next. Research purpose to determine the profile of beef cattle breeders with an extensive and intensive maintenance system in Bima West Nusa Tenggara. Next. Benefit of research. It is hoped that the results of the study can be a source of information for the surrounding community and policy makers in developing agricultural and livestock resource, academic as scientific information for readers. Next. Method, time and place of research. The research was conducted from January to Augustus 2020. In the emergency was Nusa Tenggara. The number of research sample of Mania as 100 farmers with an extensive maintenance system of 50 respondents and intensive system of 50 respondents in Bima. The data collection consists of primary data, which is the result of observation and interviews with farmers directly. Data collection. Data were collection using the participatory rural appraisal method to explore profiles. Data obtained through discussions via surveys and direct interviews with farmers using a questionnaire database of questions asked were related to the farmers' profits. Including name, age, level of education, experience with raising cattle, goals and motivation of cattle farming. The aims and motivation of cattle farming are used to analyze the difference between two different raising systems. Data analysis, data statistical analysis using independent t-test to determine the difference between the two maintenance systems. The analysis results of are describable quantitatively. Next. Result and discussion regional overview. Bima Regency is part of the West Nusa Tenggara province, and at the eastern and the livestock sector is important in supporting the rural economy in Bima Regency. Most of the community raising system in Kabupaten in Bima Regency are still extensive and intensive. Next. Next. Table 1 show the egg of breeder with a high intensive core system, which is dominated by young egg and extensively dominated by old egg disease in line with Sirajuddin research, which states that smallholder farms with younger breeders will have the ability to increase the production of racer cattle by observing the products produced. The result of the study in the intensive farming experience in the area of Bima, the percentage of products was higher at a young age, and on the contrary, by extension, the age was higher at the age of 20 to 13 years above. This means that intensive livestock breeding experience is lower than that of 9 years, and that of extensive farming is higher at experience between 10 and 19 years. The education level of farmers in the Bima area with intensive and extensive maintenance is still quite low. Budi Satria et al. Reported that small farmers only have a low education background. More than 75% of farmers only complete primary and secondary school. The main objective of raising livestock in Bima area is still savings disease, in line with the research of Haq et al. Which states that most breeders use their cattle as savings. Next. Conclusion. It is concluded that the livestock raising system is related to the objective of beef cattle breeders. Farmers with extensive system use livestock more as saving and insurance, will those with intensive system use livestock as their main source of income and produce model. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Muhammad Andika Prasetya. Is very, very short time in the presentation. Yeah. The third is Utraviano nanobubble application in Faname, Lithopenus Faname cultivation. Please Anto Trisugiarto to presentation this paper.
Yes.
Anto Trisugiarto, yes.
Not Mr. Andra.
Mr.
Fanny. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes. Okay.
I presented for him. Yes.
Yes. Oh, Sally. Okay. Please, the presentation.
Yeah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Fanny Luvita, and I want to present my experiment with the title Ultrafine Nanobubble Application in Faname Cultivation. The author of this experiment is Dr. Anto Trisugiarto, me, and Hilman Saiful Alam, Didin Saifuddin, and Uu Sutarman. And we are come from Lembaga Ilmu Pengetahuan Indonesia. Next. The first introduction of this research is potential fishery in Indonesia. The fisheries sector is one of the sectors that greatly contributes to the national economic. The contribution of the fishery sector to Indonesia has a GDP increase every year from 2000 until 2020, and this is the global sea consumption, and Indonesia is the number 2 for shrimp. Next. This is the potential fishery data we take from aquaculture potential data 2015, and the potential development of the fishery is mariculture is 67%, brackish water with 16%, and freshwater 15%. And the potential for shrimp is high. Next. But the fisheries in Indonesia has many problems. The problems first, that is a disease problem with virus white spot, and number two is water quality. That is more ponds in Indonesia with bad quality of the water, and we must fix it to be a good quality. And three is land for shrimp pond require a large space. The problem is feed problem. The more shrimp food that is given, so the biggest dirt produced, and that is make oxygen in water being less oxygen. And anticipation about the virus spot is oxygen level 100% and saturation in 6.9 milligram per liter. Next. We offer the technology with recirculating aquaculture system. We call RAS. RAS. The key of the RAS is oxygen being the first factor for this system. Next. And second process of this experiment is we combine with ultrafine micro or nano bubble. What is micro bubble or nano bubble? Is explain that the diameter of bubble is 10 until 50 micrometer, and the nano bubble with diameter 200 nanometer. And we can look at this picture that ordinary bubble and nano bubble is very different. Next. The methodology to make the ultrafine nanobubble or generator ultrafine nanobubble system, we design using virtual prototyping methods based on computer-aided design and computer-aided engineer through geometry optimization based on response surface design and stochastic distribution analysis to produce a robust and optimum design. Testing and characterization of the ultrafine bubble we carried out using the particle image velocimeter and dynamic light scattering methods so that the obtained can be analyzed accurately. These tools we make in our laboratory in LIPI, Bandung. And we call the system is Luthor. Luthor is a LIPI ultrafine nanobubble. Next. This experiment we install in Kalianda, Lampung, and this is the ponds of shrimp. and then we compare with without nanobubble and with nanobubble system. Next. Next. And after the process from the pond, we get 4 increases for the harvesting shrimp, and this result that with ultrafine nanobubble, we get the dissolved oxygen until 7.35 ppm and DO saturation with 107%. And this is dissolved oxygen on the ponds with only paddle wheels. The saturation only 75%, and with ultrafine nanobubble until 127%, and this is 2 times more. So we think that to use ultrafine nanobubble, we increase the harvest. Next. The summary of this research, the process of cultivating shrimp using ultrafine bubble generator is proven to increase the quality and quantity of production. And the process of shrimp culture using ultrafine bubble generator is proven to increase the quality and quantity of production. Next. Thank you, the author. We are grateful to financial support for this research by LIPI and Ristek Dikti. Thank you.
Maybe we can next continue. The presentation number 4 is the deterioration of the quality of white leg shrimp. Lithopenus fanane stored at chilling temperature, harvested from traditional pond and intensive pond. This Miss Sipahutar. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I will present the paper.
Okay, thank you. Yes, please, it's your time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before, is my voice sounds clearly, ma'am?
Yes, it's clear, it's very clear.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Greetings, my name is Muhammad Rifki Suryanto, representing the paper presentation till deterioration of the quality white leg shrimp stored at chilling temperatures, harvest from traditional ponds and intensive ponds, with my lecturer, Mam Yuliati Sipahutar, Maria Goretti, and Guntur Wibowo from Politeknik Ahli Usaha Perikanan. Next. The introduction. First of all, I would like to give the following introduction. First, shrimp demands in the world market always expect to the fresh and meet the export quality standards. It is difficult to be fulfilled because shrimp quality easily deteriorating due to poor handling of shrimp in the distribution chain. Next. Shrimp freshness are the main indicator of shrimp quality. It can be seen from the physical appearance, such as color, texture, and smell. This quality can decrease as a result of the enzymatic oxidation reaction, which causing melanosis to form. The third, quality deterioration can be caused by autolysis process, especially enzymatic and chemical, oxidation process, bacteriological process, and due to dehydration process. The process of chemical quality deterioration can be seen through the pH value and total volatile base TVB parameters. Next. We have a purpose of the research. First, handling behavior of shrimp from intensive ponds and traditional ponds has not been carried out properly in accordance with GMP and SSOP standards. The second, after harvesting, the shrimp is not immediately put into the cold chain and left in the container waiting for cooling handling. The third, post-harvesting is not carried out with caution, which makes the shrimp body bruise due to being squeezed, thus accelerating the deterioration of quality. And last, pH and TVB are parameters of deterioration in shrimp quality. Next. For the research conduct is from February to May. I'm sorry, the PPT is wrong writing. The location in traditional ponds in Pontang District Serang and intensive ponds at the IUP campus Serang, Banten. The materials used is processing equipment and testing equipment, where we follow the experiment carried out using randomized block design, RBD, with pond type and storage time as variables. Variables of ponds type are intensive ponds and traditional ponds, while the variable of storage time are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 days. Lastly, we analyze that data through descriptive comparative statistic method. Next. These are following steps in processing, which can be found. First, sample Panama shrimp were taken from traditional ponds in the village of Pontang, Serang District, and intensive pond at the Serang campus. The sample of Panama shrimp were put into a fiberglass tub and add it with ice in a ratio of 2 to 1. The fiberglass base was coated with ice first, then arranged with shrimp that have been put in plastic on top and covered again with a layer of ice. Samples were tested and stored within 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 days. We observed with the organoleptic test parameters, and the freshness test was pH and total volatile base TVB. Organoleptic data analyzed using the Kruskal-Wallis test if the significant effect is followed by multiple comparisons. Analyze pH and TVB with ANOVA, and if they have an effect, then continue with a 2K test. Next. There is the result of organoleptic test. The result is the appraisal value on traditional ponds is higher than the apparent value of intensive pond shrimp, as we can see at the table. Next. There is a smell result test that we can see the value of traditional pond smell is higher than the smell value of intensive pond shrimp, as we can see in the table. Next. Now the texture on traditional and intensive pond of shrimp, as we can see the value of traditional pond texture is higher than the texture value of intensive pond shrimp, as we can see at the table. Next. And the result of pH traditional and intensive pond shrimp, that the 5-day the pH value of traditional added was lower than the intensive ponds. Next. And now the TVB test of traditional and intensive pond shrimp that we can see on the 5-day, the total volatile base content from traditional and was lower than the intensive ponds. Next. The summary of the research is that we know the intensive pond shrimp and traditional pond shrimp is significantly different, where the traditional pond shrimp is superior to intensive pond shrimp, seen from the parameters of the organoleptic pH and total volatile base. Next. The suggestion is the level of sanitation and handling method in the harvest and post-harvest process of intensive pond and traditional ponds must be paid more attention and apply the principle of good and correct handling. Conduct outreach to the community, pond farmer and traders regarding the handling, storage process, distribution process, and selection of fresh shrimp. Next. Yeah, thank you for the attention. Please feel free to ask if any question. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Rizky. Maybe we can next the presentation the potency, because in the session is there are 2 papers before we can finish the paper 2 presentation. The presentation, the next is potency of golden apple snail of gas Pomesia canaliculata. Let's through proximate testing as final meal alternative. Here's Mrs. Melissa. Okay, thank you. It's ready to presentation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sorry, before, yeah, thank you. Yes, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really thank you for this chance to present my previous research. The title is Uncovering Golden Apple Snail or Gas Meets Potency or Pomace canalicota Lamarck as fish meal alternative through proximate analysis. Okay, next. Yeah, next. Yeah, here is the research background. First of all, golden apple snail or Pomace canalicota is origin species from South America. Then this species brought to Asia, especially in Southern Asia, then to Malaysia and Indonesia. So it's clear that Pomace canalicota is introduced species. And after that, several times, years, month to month, and years to years, Pomace canalicota become one of IAS or invasive alien species, especially for paddy field area. It grows so fast. Uncontrollable. And so, from Josie 2007 research, Pomace canalicota is one of 100 words past, yeah, because it's really uncontrollable growth. What is the recommended solution for Pomace canalicota? We can process gas or golden apple snail or Pomace into useful products, yeah, because from the previous research, gas have good nutrient and contain polyphenol, alkaloid, tannin, glycoside. It was my previous research. And also from many papers, Pomace canalicota have been used to Panama shrimp feed, snakehead morel fish, duck feed, loaf or liquid organic fertilizer, and so on. And now in this research, what is the main focus or what is the problem? The problem is can the protein content of gas meat fulfill the need for substitution of protein source for fish meal? Because in fish meal, it needs around 70 until 90% of the total production for fish meal. So in this research, I and my friend and team try to substitute the protein source from fish from fish meal to gas meat. Okay, next. So the aim of this research is proximate analysis of gas meat as basic data for fish meal substitution. Okay, next. Okay, methodology next. Yeah, this is the study area. Yeah, this is the map of Cijeruk. The map of Cijeruk city in Cijeruk in Bogor city in West Java. The place we collected the gas. Then after we collected the gas, we separate the shell and meat, and after that dried the meat. And after that, dried meat that has been dried become the raw material for a pellet making. Next. And after that, we made three kinds of pellet: pellet A, pellet B, and pellet C. Pellet A is without pellet A was without gas meat. Pellet B contain 10% of gas meat, and pellet C contain 30% of gas meat. And this is the process of proximate analysis of gas meat. For the extraction, we use ethyl acetate extract because ethyl acetate extract is the best solution for gas. We use another solution, but the ethyl acetate is the best. And after then, we also and also we also count about the S content or S level and water content. Next, lipid content, protein content, of course, and carbohydrate level by difference. Okay, next. And this is the result and discussion. Yeah, from the proximate analysis of gas meat, here are the parameter. It's water content. We got 7.2%. It means this is really safety to store. Yeah, it means it's not really wet because it's uneasy contaminated by fungi and bacteria. And from S content, this is unfulfilled SNI index because for SNI index it's only maximum for 2%, but we got 18.06%. It means the high ice content because of unburned mineral like sodium, calcium, and phosphorus. And then for protein, it is really fulfill the SNI index. We got 40.83 because the minimum only 7.5%. And for lipid, we also fulfill the SNI index, maximum for 12%, but we got 6.44. And carbohydrate, high value abundance because of fit for gas in S habitat is really abundant. From table 1, the protein is really high score. We got 40.83%. Okay, next. And from the comparison from pellet A, pellet B, and pellet C, yeah, from pellet A, we focus the protein content. Pellet A without gas meat, it's only contain 22.51%, but pellet B with 10% gas meat, it contains protein about 36.52%, and the last pellet C with 30% gas. We have protein content about 38.52. So it proves that gas meat has potency. Sorry, has potency to substitute protein source for fish meal alternative. Next. The conclusion from the research, so we can conclude that the gas meat has a good potency as a highly protein content of fish meal alternative, but for S rate is still unrequired based on SNI. And pellet content gas meat have a higher protein content than pellet with no gas meat. Okay, thank you very much for Ristek Dikti who have funded this research. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mrs. Melissa, Dinatia Saputri. The paper is very, very interesting. The first we know that about cattle farmer with intensive maintenance and about application aquaculture, and then in the part is about potency of Pomaya kinase. Excuse me. Excuse me for all audience because in the phone from my doctor. Maybe we can open the discuss about many experience in aquaculture or maybe in Fanome or another. Please we open the discussion. Miss Anggita. Mrs. Anggita or Mrs. Anggita, please you unmute. Yeah, the sound. Okay. Yeah. Please, Ms. Anggita, the question to presenter, what's presenter?
My question is to the fourth presenter.
Okay, the fourth presenter. Deterioration.
Yeah, deterioration.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, can I see the title of the paper? Or can I see the title of the fourth?
Yeah, maybe in the committee can share deterioration. Okay.
This is interesting research.
Okay.
Yeah, because shrimp is one of the favorite seafood of all over the world, but in Indonesia, sometimes the farmer have faced the problems is about the deterioration. Okay. My question is this method is the what in the chilling temperature is the method of the harvest is can applicate to all kind of shrimp, and then how about the cost, because not all the farmer have the chiller. Is there any any alternative if the farmer doesn't have the chiller? Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Ms. Muhammad Rizky can answer this question from Anggita. Muhammad Rizky. Yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, ma'am. The question is the first. How the method is applied to any upstream, ya, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Untuk for the method of the research can be applied to any upstream because the point is the method of pond and the same species of the stream, the with the intensive and the
Intensive and
pond.
traditional.
Yes. For the method of chilling method, maybe we can I'm sorry, there is for the chilling, maybe the pengukuran is for the not use of the child, but directly to pengukuran. Yeah. Maybe yes. The measurement, the directly the measure of the stream. Maybe that the answer. Is that clearly, ma'am?
Okay. Thank you for the answer.
Okay. Maybe it goes with measure is chilling. Another question, please, for audience. Okay. If not question, I want to question for the potency of golden of gas. Potensi of gas. This Dina. Dia Saputri. Mrs. Dina.
Melissa. Mrs. Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Okay. In the presentation, I say it very interactive about potency of Omesia canaliculata through proximal testing as fish meal alternative. It's and the products, the pellet A, pellet B, and pellet C. The pellet with Pomea caniculata is have a high protein.
Yeah.
Yes. But in the environment, we can difficult to continuitas of gas Pomea canaliculata. And my question is how to make sustainable for Pomea canaliculata.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ibu Awi, for the question. Well, this is Pomase canaliculata, or gas, golden apple snail, or keong mas, Bu, freshwater mollusk, keong mas, air tawar. No worry about the availability of golden apple snail, because as long as we are Indonesians still eat rice as the staple food, the Pomase canaliculata will be there. Keong mas is really uncontrollable growth of mollusk. Yeah, if the farmers start to grow the paddy, then they are watering the paddy field. golden apple snail will automatically or immediately growing, something like that. But if the paddy field is dried, they are also become estivated. Estivated is another term for herbination, like herbination. Yeah, and that is really a big problem for farmers, I think.
Okay. Maybe try to aquaculture for Maya.
Yeah, that's I have continued the research for aquaculture.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Before we finish the session 3, maybe another question from audience.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
The time is over, so we must continue to next session.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Maybe the session is we closing the closing the session is to Nilis. Yeah. And then audience can be moved to other room.
No.
Oh, it is the stay.
Yes,
It's session 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Nilis. Maybe in the session 4 we can take to Bu Nilis to continue the session.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ya. Wassalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.